Alright, what's going on? My name is Mythic and welcome to the GTA Definitive Edition review. Oh man, I took my time with this one. I tried to play all three games, and you're gonna see in these gameplays just the opening of each game, minimal, like the middle of mission in Vice City. And I'm just gonna stay right at the beginning. I'm disappointed, but I didn't expect GTA 5 graphics. Let me just get into the review immediately before I start a little rant here. Story-wise, it is the same thing that you're used to with GTA games. All three have the same kind of, I could say main plot of the character. They start as a low-level kind of criminal, and they work their way up to build their enterprise. You have GTA 3 Clyde, then Vice City Tommy Vercetti, and then in San Andreas you have CJ. And same kind of plot with their characters, but just differences with the story in each game, obviously, but you get the same type of thing working your way up. When we come to gameplay, this is where the issues, like gameplay and graphics, this is where the main issues come in for me. Gameplay wise, the weapon controls are meh. With Vice City, when you aim in with an assault rifle, you go into this weird first-person aiming, and it's not like GTA 5 first-person. I mean, like literal, like you are looking at the end of the barrel, like you are the barrel of the gun, and it's just a weird targeting system, and you can't lock on or anything. I hated that when I was a kid. I hate it now. They should have fixed that. They should have removed that. That was trash. When I aim in with my gun, with other guns like Uzi, it's like normal GTA 5 aiming. But it's weird because I can't snap like back to enemies from between enemies, because I'm using aim assist on console. I'm playing on the PS5. If I'm auto locking on one enemy and I want to flick the right stick to the next enemy, it won't let me do that. I kind of just have to kill that guy first and then worry about that guy next. I feel like the weapon, it was improved, but it could be a lot better. It could be a lot better, honestly. I'm not gonna front with you guys here, lie. The weapon targeting could be a lot better. They did make some I would say very small upgrades to just ease of life, like the GPS, the targeting. Yes, it was a little bit better, and the weapon wheels, I guess, but those are just very small additions, compared to the grander scale. And going back to the gameplay too, it's the car handles like trash in any of these games. In Vice City, when I'm driving around with a BMX, like if I try to go to the left, I have to pull as hard as I can on my left stick to go to the left, and when I pull on my handbrake, I just go flying and just out of control. It feels like I'm on butter sometimes. Even with cars, it's so easy to crash into things and just lose control. It's just hard to remain in control. With the handbrake, you just go flying. And I know this is not a remake and this is a remaster, but please update the driving controls to GTA. The handling would be so much better. GTA 5, I mean. The handling would be so much better. And I'll get into all that remaster, remake things at the end. Driving needs a fix. Mission-wise, same things, just ported over, But my biggest pet peeve is in these missions, when you die, say I die in the middle of the mission, they send you all the way back to the beginning, all the way back to where you picked up the mission or started the mission. So you have to drive all the way back to the mission objective. If you die, you have to do it all over again. For this remaster, could you not at least put in a good checkpoint system, Rockstar? What are you talking about? And it even says load last checkpoint. What is the checkpoint? The beginning of the mission? Just say replay the mission because you failed it. It's so annoying. I thought they would have at least fixed that, but no. And you gotta watch the cutscene again too. It's not even just they put you at the beginning of the mission. You have to watch the beginning cutscene again. Like, fix that at least, But that's pretty much it when it comes to gameplay. It just driving needs a fix. These mission needs a fix. Targeting is okay. The weapon wheels are a good addition. Same type of mechanics we're all used to, but nothing really broken there. But the graphics was the big seller of this game, that you're getting your childhood back in remastered graphics, definitive edition, so what are the graphics looking like? And from best to worst, I'm gonna say, in terms of what got the most love, I'm gonna say San Andreas, Vice City, and GTA 3. It's funny because this is supposed to be the 20th anniversary of GTA 3, and it feels like they didn't care about it at all. So I'm sitting here like, what the hell? But some parts it can look okay, but the rest of the times the models, the NPC models will just look weird. They'll look fat or clunky, and not like fat as like a normal like fat person. It just like looks like weird. It doesn't look normal. And some NPCs will look okay, but like there's another NPC, Candy Sucks in Vice City, who's like a porn star, but they made her breasts so huge it doesn't make any sense. Like, it looked way more normal in PS2, and I'll put up a couple of images on screen from a thread I found on Twitter just exposing the graphical issues, some weird looking NPCs that they just found, you know. And every day I'm discovering something new about this game that's broken or just looks weird. And it reminds me so the reason why I went into this with such low expectations, you know, because even I still had low expectations, still was disappointed. But why I went into this, because if you guys watch some videos narrated by Badger Gooder about San Andreas remasters and other ports for San Andreas on like the last few consoles and mobile phones, he kind of exposes how bad it was. There were game-breaking bugs, there were game-breaking glitches, graphical errors, visual errors, and it wasn't the best thing, because I knew Rockstar wasn't working on this themselves. They handed it off to Grove Street Games, and they don't exactly have the best track record either from what I've researched. And I'm like, you know what, it looks okay from the trailer, but let's wait for the game to come in. And then there's no gameplay coming out, no early gameplay until the day of, and I'm like, oh, this is why, because it doesn't look that good. Even on the PS2, if I go back and play it, it looks a little bit more like they're going for realism, and then here it's kind of more cartoony ways. I don't know. And the whole thing is, if you're going for a remaster, at least make it good. You know, I get it's not a remake like the definitive edition for Mafia or Spyro or even Tony Hawk, but come on, you're Rockstar. You make literally $1 billion from GTA Online. You have so much money. If you know you're going to do this, at least take your time and make a remake, not just a remaster, a remake of these games. Add a cover system, better checkpoints, better car handling, the best as best as the graphics can go. Fix the bugs from previous games. Add different things to the games, you know. At least renew the music licenses for certain games. Like Billie Jean was a staple of Vice City. It's not in this game. So what are you doing? I'm not talking about getting the actors to re-voice their lines or whatever. Like, even sometimes the NPCs, their mouthing of the words just don't look proper, and it kind of just looks off and weird. And I heard on PC that these issues got so bad, the Rockstar had to take it off. Not just the mouthing, but like just the games in general. Like, they had to take it off the PC launcher, and because it got so bad. So what are you really doing, Rockstar? And I'm starting to lose a lot of respect for Rockstar in the last, I think, year, just because of things they're doing like this. With GTA Online, a lot of things they let people get away in that, and now this, and again with those ports with San Andreas back on mobile and everything, it's like they're just half-assing, and I hate saying that about developers because I know they work hard on their games, and maybe Rockstar only gave them a certain timeline, and it just forced them to crunch, you know. So it might not even be their fault, honestly. But who knows at this point? Who knows? I don't know who's to blame for this, but all I know is this game is not worth the full price it is asking for. If I was not reviewing this game, I was not buying this game, because in Canada, with taxes, these next-gen games are coming up to $90, $95. Okay, it's not fair. It is not fair to be charging this much for games and then putting out a shit product, honestly. And I hate these Rockstar fanboys that will come to the defense of anything. No, you cannot put out a game like this with these glitches. Again, it's an old game, but yeah, they claimed it's a remaster, upgraded graphics, everything. So treat it like a proper remaster. We've seen other remasters do it before and better. Call out Rockstar on these shitty practices. Thank God they didn't offer any pre-order bonuses, because that would have been just the icing on the cake at this point. I don't know. There's not much more I can say about it at this point. There's like, just Rockstar do better. And I'm hearing leaked reports of a GTA 4 remaster and a Red Dead 1 remaster. I don't even want those if it's going to be anything like this. If Rockstar is not putting their heart and soul into these games, that's what made you Rockstar. That's what you're a titan of the games industry, and people trusted you. Don't go down the Bethesda route, okay? Like, we need you. We need you to make good games and actually care about these games. Okay, so next time a remaster is announced, I want to actually look forward to release some gameplay, release proper information on it, and don't just half-ass it, which is what this feels like. I went in with low expectations and I was still disappointed. Like, I don't know. You know, like, I'm just gonna give my final rating. I'm not gonna go too close. So my final rating for this game is a 5 out of 10. Would I tell you to buy this game at full price? No. Would I tell you to buy it on a sale? Only if the sale is 60% off and higher. I do not recommend this game even 50% off, because that is not worth this price. You will still have an enjoyable experience if it is over 60% off, because then you didn't spend that much money on it, and you can still play the games. At least you can still beat the games. There's nothing game breaking yet that I haven't noticed. So you still enjoy the games, but not as much as you thought you would. Is the best way of putting it. I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. It's mediocre at best. Rockstar, you need to do better. This is taking advantage of your customers, and I don't want to see shit like this ever again. Okay, put time and effort into your games. Respect the consumer. Why would you punish players for playing your game? I don't want to hear that. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. My next review will probably be Jurassic World Evolution 2. And maybe Battlefield, depending on what's going on with that. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next review.